Good morning all.
Good morning, sir.
So today here we are learning something which is beyond the classrooms. It is not only relevant but also very much needed in today's time. Atomic Energy Education Society, under the guidance of the chairman AES and secretary AES, head academic unit, we are making all efforts that the learning becomes joyful and a real-time experience. In this connection, we always have had a wonderful legacy of Atomic Energy Education Society, wherein the children have achieved great heights. Some of the popular names are already known to you. But beyond this, just 2 days ago, that is on 30th, one of the greatest personalities of our country, something which created history for Atomic Energy Education Society, is by the visit of CDS General N.S. Raja Subramanian, who is heading our country, is an alumnus of Atomic Energy Education Society and also of Atomic Energy Central School too. Sir studied in this school, and though his visit was just a short visit, only for 10 minutes, but it made us so proud that our students can do all miracles. And this generation is even more intelligent, has a lot of potentials, and among you are the architects of tomorrow of this country. One among us is the alumnus of Atomic Energy Education Society and a former student of Atomic Energy Central School too. He had been a student decades ago, and now he is a very prominent personality, not only in country but also abroad. His profile goes as he is CEO of new Bioroots Sustainable Fuels Private Limited. Swapnil Gavkar sir is also managing director of new Bioroots LPP. He is also co-founder and director of Carbonix Innovations SRL Italy. We have the head of the school, Prasad Gokhale sir, among us. We also have headmistress Sonia Kapoor madam. It's a great moment for all of us that one of our former student comes here to guide the present student and the legacy continues. In this sequence, I request one of our students to kindly welcome the chief guest of today's function, that is Swapnil Gavkar, by presenting a bouquet. And this bouquet, let me tell you, is also a recyclable bouquet. It has napkins over there, and this was a Thank you all. Thank you, girl. Thank you, sir. This bouquet is another example of us that how we are utilizing our resources. It is recyclable. It has got those fine napkins which can be used and reused. And today's talk also goes on the same theme. Before I proceed with the certain proceedings of this session, I request our principal sir to kindly introduce the guest of today's function, Prasad Gokhale sir, please.
Thank you, VP sir. Dear students, today we are here to witness this Gyan Samvardhan Programme. Just to give me some time to brief about it, what is the motto of this Gyan Samvardhan Programme. This Gyan Samvardhan Programme concept was given by our former chairman, Dr. V. Venugopalan, and our Honorable Secretary, Sri B. Govardhan sir. and the first program was there in junior college. I am very happy to share with you that for the initial program, one song which is dedicated to Dr. Chidambaram, because Dr. Chidambaram was the chief guest of that function, and that opportunity was given to me to pen the song, and it was composed by our Madam Nikita Dawn, who is presently in IIT Mumbai, music faculty, and our own student, AECS 2 students. I recall that Master Rajdeep, Ishan and Vagish Mishra, they were there. A big clap for them. So they beautifully did the rendition of that song, and that has made the environment very atomic, very atomic. So this is the first program of this quarter. I hope that you will take full advantage of this session, as the main speaker is our own AECS 2 alumni, our own student, Sri Swapnil Gavkar sir, who is presently heading a multinational company. He is a CEO, already you can see. So, 2 days back, when we had a visit of Chief of Defence Staff, he was with us throughout for the successful completion, and see the necessary preparation is done. So, from AECS to family, really we are honored to welcome our special speaker for today, Sri Swapnil Gavkar. I hope all the students will take his point, because you know it is the age of environmental awareness, and he is doing a lot of his work to protect our environment. Let us listen to him. So I will just hand over the mic to Sri Swapnil for the further deliberation.
You all can welcome sir with a big round of applause.
Dear students, respected teachers, distinguished guests, and it is a profound honor for me as Swapnil Gavkar, batch of 2006 AECS 2 Mumbai, and I stand before you today addressing in front of almost 23 schools what we have, colleges, like AES, and it's basically a deep moment for me and a personal pride too. So from a backbencher's desk in a very institution to as a chief guest chair today, the journey has been long, unpredictable, filled with challenges, adventure, and it has been believed under perseverance, choosing to rise, pulled for many times, but never give up. So today, when a few days before, when CDS chairman CDS sir came here, so I was quite I was speechless during that time, because when I came to know that CDS sir is also a part of our own alumni. So what I learned and what I reminded out of this was our school just does not produce students, it also produces leaders, thinkers and nation builders. And I am thankful to those teachers who taught me, like Kalyan sir, Mukta ma'am, she was there during our time, Anaga ma'am, Latish Singh ma'am, and Selim teacher, to make us what we are today, the nation builders, or we can say that the leaders. Today the main theme, the reason I came here, for a single topic, that is transforming waste into energy, science and security, future of plastic. So This has been a very important topic because whenever I go to COP or any other location, we speak about global plastic policies. So I request sir, please initiate the presentation. So the today's topic is transforming tomorrow, science, security and future of plastic waste. When I was almost 6 years old, so I was there at Naval Colony and I saw a board which actually impacted me a lot, and I always repeat those words. We inherit from a past or a future, protecting our future through clean and innovation. This was written on the board over there to the India's house in Navy and still present over there. So which has been always has been a motivation for me. So when I am standing here today, I didn't call this as a presentation, but I call it as a responsibility, a calling and an opportunity for your generation, as a plastic waste is not just an environmental challenge, but it is also a responsibility. It is just a scientific puzzle and a national security concern and a global responsibility. Every piece of plastic created in the last 100 years still exists somewhere on the earth. We cannot change what was created in the past, but we can decide what we pass on to the next generation. This is where you come in. Your generation that will inherit the consequences of yesterday's choices, but you are the generation that can rewrite the tomorrow's innovation, courage and consciousness of action. What basically Neev Bioroots does? This is a major question. So Neev Bioroots Sustainable Fuels started in 2024 around. We convert plastic waste into ultra low sulfur diesel, shedding the plastic. It's a mixed plastic. We convert every plastic except the PVCs. We convert that plastic into ultra low sulfur diesel. We convert that plastic into aviation fuel, and I'm representing right now ASTM also, and for making the policies in India and throughout the world to create a policy for plastic waste management. So we basically, in this you can see that we are basically, this is our fuel, what we have initiated. That's the diesel on the left hand side, and that's the aviation fuel on the right hand side, what we are developing. So in India we are developing diesel out of plastic waste, and in Italy we are under trials for the aviation fuel from plastic waste. As we all know, there is a global fuel crisis going on everywhere. So, why is what I believe is technological adaptation and technological development. For me, your role as a student, when I look at you for, I don't see students, I see the future scientists, engineers, policy makers, entrepreneurs, and guardians of the planet. It is your responsibility now to develop the technologies, not to adapt the technologies from ChatGPTs or some other existing platforms. It is your duty, also the one who will decide how to manage the plastic waste, how to convert the plastic into fuel, into clean fuel or clean objective, how to protect the environment, and how to secure the nation through sustainable innovation. Science is not just a subject into your textbook. It is a tool, a powerful one, that can transform waste to wealth, pollution to progress, challenges into opportunities. So students, my personal message to you is that I was once exactly where you are sitting today. I had a dream, doubt, fear, hopes, just like you. I learned one truth. Destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. It is not a thing to be waited for, it is a thing to be achieved. And if you follow this, definitely you have a success with it. Every achievement in my life, from founding a company, Neev Bioroots, to serving for ASTM International Task Force, to becoming a UN and IE certified specialist, becoming what I am today. So we created a simple decision to try, that is more important, decision to learn, to persist. And this is my message to you today. Choose your destiny, shape it, work it, and never let anyone tell you that you cannot achieve something. For me, today, life has unique stories, but this page is mine. But tomorrow, the world will read your story, and what I believe in that. Make it bold, make it meaningful, make it yours. That's what I want to share with you. Thank you. So I am here for open question and answers if someone asks.
So what inspired you to work on this field?
I have been to almost more than 20 countries. So whenever I saw that during Africa or India, the one thing which impacted me a lot, that was plastic waste. So when we were researching on the plastic waste, we thought that everyone speaks about how to initiate the plastic waste, how we can mitigate the plastic waste, how we can go for a circular economy with respect to the plastic waste, but there was no execution. So this company was an example for execution for all of us, that yes, we are mitigating plastic and we are bringing end of life. So when we speak on the global plastic policies, we are proud to tell that we convert plastic to the end of life, because I have seen the soil degradation, the environmental impact, climate change. So this has impacted me a lot. Thank you.
What things did you give this motivation to do something different from everybody? So what are the things which give you motivation to do this? What inspired you?
I'll be very open to you on this, that I am a backbencher of this own school. So for me, motivation was to prove myself first. So to prove myself, I started initiating to create innovations. So today I have almost 5 patents registered on me, and I'm still researching on various other aspects also. So for me, it always not being a scholar, I always believe that yes, if you have a courage to do anything, as I told earlier in the speech also, then you can initiate any part of your life.
Can this fuel be created with all kinds of plastics, or a particular kind of plastic can be used?
For this fuel, we are proud to tell that except PVC, polyvinyl chloride plastic, we can use any fuel. Right now we are also initiating the trials for PETs also. So we are ready with any kind of plastic, mixed plastic, XLPs that are used for the high tension wires, and PP, LDP, XLPs. So we are ready with every plastic. Thank you.
So how did you begin your journey right from the beginning, taking a different career, like different subject, and then going to college, taking a degree? How did you do it? How did you take the different career? How it came into your mind, and how and which degree you took for it?
That journey starts from this school itself. I was under Veena Potedar ma'am. I still remember that, and she used to always tell me rectification will not do anything, which I learned during her tenure. So that actually impacted me a lot during all my tenures during my education. I studied electronics, and I am basically a robotics specialist. But due course of time and my experience, I was converted into waste management because when I was selected for the United Nations Environmental Programme, I thought that yes, this is a time that we should work on the execution rather than working on giving speeches. So I started this company as that motivation.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, we have next question.
Sir, so what are the waste products of this? Like, if we are making the fuels, there will be some reaction or something. So, what will be the waste products of this? Like making the process?
It's a good question. Basically, in this we doesn't call it as a waste product. We call it as a byproduct. So in this, when we say that we convert plastic waste into aviation fuel, or we convert plastic waste into ultra low sulfur diesel or automatic grade diesel, so the range is 80%. If we take 1 ton of plastic, we convert 800 kgs of diesel, and that can be converted into, in fact, in liters, then that goes up to 900 somewhere around liters. Apart from that, there is a 5 to 10% of syngas, that is a non-condensable gases, that is being used by the plant itself to run the whole plant. Apart from that, there is a carbon residue. We are proud to tell that this project is a zero emission project because we don't have the chimney in our own refinery. The reason behind it is we are converting the whole carbon into graphene. So technically, when the plastic comes in, there won't be a 0.001% plastic that will be going outside or any waste. This is a target.
Good morning, sir. My question was. Good morning, sir. My question was, what is the total cost of this process of making fuel from plastic?
Right now, we are converting the plastic waste to fuel at 33 to 35 rupees per liter. This is production cost.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. So, as you mentioned that you make fuel for aircraft from this plastic waste, so does this affect the efficiency in any way, or what are its side effects?
Technically, there are no side effects because if you see the basic concept of the plastic derived from the crude, and it is again a byproduct of crude, basically what we say. So we are converting and we are playing with the hydrocarbons and we are converting to aviation fuel. So right now there are no, because we are under trials for this, by 2027 we are finalizing the pathways for certifying the plastic waste to aviation fuel in Italy and throughout the world.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
So if you remember, we have talked before when we came in the NCC hall.
Yes.
And आपने उस टाइम फ्यूल के बारे में बताया था कि आपका फ्यूल कंपेयर टू नॉर्मल पेट्रोल कम एमिशंस करता है.
Yes.
एंड उस टाइम मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि सर अगर ये कम एमिशंस करता है जो कि एडवांटेज है तो इसका कुछ डिसएडवांटेज होगा, बट उस टाइम आप आंसर नहीं कर पाए थे क्योंकि टाइम कम था. तो वही क्वेश्चन का आंसर देने आया हूँ.
इसका डिसएडवांटेज अगर हम ऐसे देखने जाएंगे तो एक ही है कि ये भी पोल्यूशन नहीं करता है, बट कंपैरेटिवली ये कम करता है. सो बेसिकली इसमें डिसएडवांटेज नहीं है बिकॉज एज आई टोल्ड दैट दिस फ्यूल इज मेड फ्रॉम हाइड्रोकार्बन. सो टेक्निकली दिस इज नॉन बायोजेनिक फ्यूल. सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू नॉन बायोजेनिक फ्यूल, it won't impact the engines. That is for sure.
Good morning, sir. My question is, what do you plan to achieve with this project that you have started? Like, what's the ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal is net zero and plastic reduction, plastic waste reduction. I'll give you the information that in India currently we have almost 400 million tons of plastic waste. I alone cannot mitigate or reduce those plastic, but yes, I am contributing myself in India and outside the world to at least 0.001% of plastic waste if I don't mitigate during when I am living in this world. So that would be my contribution to the world.
So do you plan to reduce any global crisis such as global warming or others? Why we need a project?
Yes, in fact, because if you remember, when we speak about the geo economy or when we speak about the island nations, so the plastic waste is dumped or it is being thrown into the oceans. So ocean dumping is again a major issue. So this is a target. We are protecting the nature because see, everything is dependent on the climate change is dependent on the pollution. If you are corroding your soil, and if you cannot produce, if you cannot initiate those soil for the agriculture, it's a waste. It's a barren land. So technically, we are regenerating that land also because the carbon what we are developing, we are also working on some purification processes that would help to regenerate the soil basically. So this is a target.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, so you are telling that you are making the fuel from plastic waste. So what is the process by which you are making that plastic into fuel?
Just a second. So this is a process what we call as pyrolysis, and this process has been introduced, I might be wrong, but that would be in 1928 or somewhere around. So pyrolysis is a very old technology, but we are reutilizing this technology. As you can see, that we are using the plastic waste, we are putting into our pyrolysis reactor. Into the absence of oxygen, we take it to a certain temperature. Post to that, we create a pyrolysis oil out of that. So after pyrolysis oil, we then initiate it to the distillation process, and then we get our fuels. So this is a process what we call as pyrolysis. That's the reason I showed it what process we do basically.
Okay, sir. And this fuel, how can this fuel shape the future of India? Means in what means how this fuel can be used in various fields?
This fuel can be used for automotive grade, like we can directly use it for the business. We are also right now working on to policy making of this fuel in India. In Europe, we already have our alternative fuel policy since 2016, and on that concept also the fuel is certified. So this fuel can be used for marine, this fuel can be used for automotive, this fuel can be used for DGs, diesel generators. So this fuel can be an asset for the island because islands are almost dependent on the diesel generation. Their whole electricity is dependent on the diesel generation. So and islands are import dependent. So they definitely create the plastic waste. So this is a target that the initiative of this project is to mitigate the plastic waste and convert it into all these aspects where we can reutilize it.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. So my doubt is that establishing a business is not quite easy. Risk exists everywhere. So I just want to ask that what are risks were faced by you?
Risks were faced definitely. We were faced by the investors. We were faced to prove our technology in India, outside India, and we had to create the policies because initially we were not having the policies in India with respect to the standardized fuel. So it took time. Every business cannot start in a midnight way. It takes time. It depends on basically what product you are manufacturing. That's the reason I clearly mentioned that I today request all the students that you should not adapt the technologies because that won't give you your innovation. That will only prove that okay, this is my sustainability. But I believe that if you initiate your own developments, you have a struggle, no doubt. But definitely you have a success too with that.
And sir, I want to ask that as you said, this plastic made fuel can be also used for our common vehicles. So I just want to ask when it will come in use.
We are right now already under the policy. In fact, 2 days before we had the meeting with the Bureau of Indian Standards, and we are right now working with in collaboration with the Bureau of Indian Standards to certify this fuel. And as in Europe, we already have that standard, so that's not an issue. But we are trying that in India we should also initiate this fuel because I believe that if in India we initiate this fuel, then that would help to back up our economy as a part.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, good morning. As you mentioned that you are backbencher, so what would be your advice for students who are not really toppers or scholars but still want to achieve their dreams?
Try and never give up.
And so, other than that, how much has your project impacted globally?
Globally, if you search my name on Google, you will get everything. That right now we are present in India. We are also present in collaboration with Seychelles, Mauritius, Czech Republic, Italy. We have our own company, and we are also in talks with Belgium because plastic waste is everywhere, every country, every states. So whenever because right now in September I will be representing European government also for a lecture on environmental waste management, and this is what we are today. Because see, when we speak about the plastic waste, as we told that we work on the concept of decentralized. But we don't want to keep a plant of 100 tons at a single location. If it's a problem in Mumbai, we'll set up a plant in Mumbai. If it's a problem in Czech Republic, Prague, we'll have a solution for them in a decentralized manner. We don't want to collect a plastic all the way from Gujarat and bring it to Chennai, and we should initiate such kind of projects. Because that would again create a waste, because it deals with the travel, it deals with the transportation, it deals with the cost. So to mitigate cost, this project is a decentralized project. This is how we initiated this project globally.
And so, is the fuel produced really cost efficient?
Yes, this fuel we are developing it at the cost of 25 rupees per liter. And if you go to petrol pump, you get the exact rate of diesel.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. I have some questions to you from the business perspective. So, when you initially started your company, I have to ask that the initial budget that was required, did you take it as a pre-seed funding or did you bootstrap your revenue?
We actually bootstrapped it and we had our own savings, so we initiated that also. And we had an Indian investor. Through that, we actually initiated a company.
And currently, sir, in how many areas your company operates? Or is it in one area?
Right now, we are based out of Indore, Ghaziabad, New Delhi, and in outside India, we are based out of in Italy. We are right now in collaboration with the Czech Republic government. We already have our establishment in Seychelles also. So this would be our expansion plan.
Sir, one question, if you are open to it, you can deny it. If you can, then can you give me your annual recurring revenue? Or
sorry, that cannot be.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I have a doubt that this plastic fuel that you are making, what is the comparison between this fuel and ethanol fuel? Like, what are the differences between them?
Ethanol is basically used in petrol and it has a different density. When we speak about the density of a diesel, it ranges between 810 to 830, and that's a permissible limit of the diesel. And this is a major difference because ethanol is a very different concept and diesel is a very different concept. They have their different combustion value, calorific value, density, pour point, flash point. So it has a major difference.
Sir, and one more doubt that means starting something means finding a difference between, like you saw plastics, then you saw that how we can make it cleaner by means converting it to fuel that will be used in the environment. So first, after discovering the ideas, you will need some budget means to start something, or to do it means implement it. So means how it happened means it was you were supported by a family, or you have means like how was the journey began then?
We had our own savings, we invested that, we took a risk, and that's the reason if you take a risk, it should be a calculated risk, it should not be a uncalculated risk. So starting a business, first you should have the idea, like we have the patents, we filed a patent, we are registered with almost 6 patents right now, and 2 patents are already on the way. So if you know that what you are building, including if you are into consultancy, if you are into manufacturing, you should be clear into the vision. If you are initiating with the hotel management industry and then again next day you want to come to the chemical engineering, so that won't be possible. You have to be very calculated. and don't misuse your father's money into this.
Yes, sir. And means the fuel. What are the benefits of this? Means what is the major benefit that we are getting from this fuel in the environment?
This fuel actually, what we have calculated till now is it has 30% emission reduction compared to the crude-based diesel, and we are also trying to work on the purification. And right now, the fuel what we are developing, you go to any petrol station that give you a fuel of approximately 8 to 10 ppm of sulfur content, and we are developing the fuel that is 5 to 6 ppm of sulfur content. So.
Sir, means in this fuel it is purely plastic or something else it is added in it?
We have our own patented catalyst, so with that we are initiating this process.
Thank you.
Sir, in the production of this fuel, are there any harmful substances released?
They are not called as harmful substances, yes, but during this process, that's what we call it as net zero emission. The important part to this is we convert that harmful substances like carbon is a product, and we also, when we burn the diesel to initiate the fuel, initiate the project, so at that time also we are basically capturing that chimney also, pollution from the chimney. We are scrubbing it and we are converting it to graphene. So that's the reason our target is not to emit something out of our product, but to create a net zero emission concept-based refinery.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My question is that biofuel can be generated from both plastics as well as from the algae purification of water.
Yes.
So, which is more efficient for?
Algae is a heavy, costly project. In fact, my team member had already taken the grants from the government also, and he had tried that, but unfortunately it is very costly. That's the reason. And technically we are not into biofuel, basically. We are into non-biogenic fuel. We only work on the plastic waste-based project. So we are not into biogenic part, because for us plastic waste mitigation was quite important. And yes, the algae-based projects are into research, but right now they are not as cost-effective as what we should expect.
So, what is the major difference between the both?
Initiating a algae-based diesel would cost you somewhere around 80 to 90 rupees per liter, and what we are developing is at 35 rupees per liter.
Thank you, sir.
So starting such an ambitious project must not have been easy for you. So what were the main challenges you faced along the way?
Policy, diplomacy, trust. These are the major things what we have already been impacted with. And what we learned into this is because India is being again a regulation-based country also and relationship-based country also a bit. So this has always been we have to create the policies. As India is a developing country, it is going towards a development. So definitely there are a lot of challenges what we have to face, and the challenges are to the major thing into this is that we have to stand with those challenges and to let government also know that yes, today we are facing these challenges. So we have the solutions also, thanks to the government of India, that we have BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. They have created a concept called new work proposal. So if you have certain problems, like if you are developing something which is not under the Bureau of Indian Standards, so you can initiate the NWIP with them, and that would definitely, it will take time, but they will make sure that they create the standards with respect to your product, if it is viable for the nation.
So also, how does the cost of this fuel you are making compare with traditional fuels?
Traditional fuel, to the cost, it goes up to 55 to 60 rupees, and the fuel what we are developing is at 35 rupees. So basically that is actually cost effective. See, we both are doing the same process. In fact, the refineries also do the same process. We also do the same process. We convert it into pyro oil, then we convert further pyro oil through our catalytic process to diesel or naphtha. So process is same, but It all depends because we are converting the waste plastic. So we cannot compare that. See, there is a major difference that we cannot compare with the crude waste diesel. The target is the crude waste diesel has a byproduct that is plastic, and today in India we have almost 400 million tons of plastic. So the aim and focus should be on mitigating the plastic, and it's good that we are mitigating the plastic to bringing it end of life. So you should think in that way basically, not always compare crude waste diesel to this because we are supporting the economy. We are not challenging the economy that you replace it because although plastic is again it is derived from the crude only. So we cannot stop people from manufacturing the plastic, but at least we can mitigate those plastic. This is a target.
So also, how would you encourage or spread awareness about your product so people switch from traditional fuel sources to yours?
So we are already targeting, we are collaborating with the multinational petroleum companies with this, and they have tested us. In fact, we have been certified by the BIS also, the only fuel in India which has been certified by the BIS also and IOCS also to the BIS. So technically we are being certified by the SGS, and we are present in ASTM for making the pathways of this fuel. So we have done everything to make it certified globally.
Sir, also, what are your future plans with this project? How do you plan to spread it globally into even more countries?
The future plan, as I told, that we are working on the concept of decentralization of this plant. Like if we have a problem at Prague, we'll have a plant in Prague. If we have a problem in Andaman, then we have a plant in Andaman. So this is a way how we are working on the concept of decentralization of this project.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. I have a doubt. So, since in recent years we have seen a rise in many concepts like green hydrogen or blue hydrogen fuels, so will your company venture into those areas of hydrogen fuels?
Right now, we are not ready with any of these technologies, so I am not a right person to comment on this. But yes, in future, if things are working good and if we are planning to initiate some good research into that, we will be initiating. Definitely.
And in earlier years, to reduce engine knocking, many substances are like diethyl lead or many ethanol. So, does your fuel reduce engine knocking, or doesn't cause engine knocking at all?
It doesn't cause engine knocking at all.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, as you told that the fuels which are made, they are the byproducts. So, what are the products which are made? Like what is the aim of the process to make what products?
The process, as I am showing it here, it is pyrolysis, and the product what we get into this is we are also working on naphtha, that is circular polymer, that is used for making circular polymer, and also we are working on to aviation fuel, as we told. Apart from that, when we call it as a byproduct, because we don't call it as a waste product, that is basically a byproduct. So, so when we speak on the byproducts, our first byproduct basically is used by the plant itself, and the second byproduct, carbon, we are already in research for making it graphene, and that is under the carbon fiber or the low weight carbon fiber that can be used for various role and other aspects.
So where do you see yourself, see your business in time next 20 or 30 years? Like what are the plans, what are the future plans? I will introduce your field in the market or something else.
Can you please repeat it?
What are future plans? I will introduce this field in the market or something else?
We are already merged to introduce this field into the market.
So but
we are collaborating with various multinational companies with this field, and recently I would like to also share good news that we are going for a trials with the CDS office also, the Chief of Defence Staff. So recently we collaborated, last week only we collaborated with the Chief of Defence Staff for our fuel trials with the tri-forces with the different aspects like high altitude, marine and air force. So we are working on that also.
So how many years do you think that will take to introduce this in the market?
We are already there.
Sir, as you have found your own field और आप उन पर्सन्स को क्या कहना चाहोगे जिनके बहुत सारे इंटरेस्ट हो एंड दे डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू एंड दे आर अंडर पीयर प्रेशर और दे कांट डिसाइड व्हाट दे हैव टू टेक?
See, what I believe is like you should try everything, no doubt, but that should not impact the pockets also. So, and the most important part into this is like आप BARC में रहते हो, अनुशक्ति नगर में, बाबर रिसर्च सेंटर. We are very fortunate that we live in a area or we live in a community where we are born with those scientists whom people are literally उनको बहुत मिन्नतें करनी पड़ती है अगर उनके दर्शन भी हो जाए. And हम वो काफ़ी fortunate लोग हैं. I'll share you just recently when I was coming to Mumbai for this event. And I was flying and I wanted to meet one of the professors, so I had taken an appointment. And the coincidence of my life was on Guri Purnima day, he was traveling in the same flight with me. And we met at the airport, we spoke and we discussed for almost half an hour. And this is how we can speak with the Gavkar sir, or we know as sir mentioned Venu Gopalan sir. There was a time when Banerjee sir was also there. He used to walk around the colony and he used to speak with the people. And he was Padma Shri, I think, if I'm not wrong. So we are very fortunate enough. And in fact, you should always think in that way that you are fortunate enough that you are inside this gate. People, lack of people are outside this gate who think that ये gate के अंदर होता क्या है. And आप AECS में हो, आप बड़े fortunate हो कि आप इस gate के अंदर हो, तो ये सोच सकते कि इस कॉलेज में हम क्या कर सकते हैं. आपके पास वो access है. If you have doubts, you can speak to us कि हमें ये project में ये करना है. We can guide you into this projects. You have various scientists in various. DAE is based in agriculture. We are based in nuclear. We are based in every aspect, sports, cancer treatment. So we should utilize these things. तो अगर आपको किसी भी चीज़ में रिसर्च करने का है तो आप आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आप उन लोगों से जाके डायरेक्टली मिलिए, उनसे आप बात कर सकते हो. आपके पास इस गेट के अंदर वो एक्सेस है. आपको अगर सिक्योरिटी में कुछ करना है, यू हैव द सिक्योरिटी एट द गेट, यू हैव द सिक्योरिटी एट द नॉर्थ गेट, यू कैन स्पीक विद देम, यू कैन डिस्कस विद देम. आप डिस्कस करोगे तो आपका सोल्यूशन निकलेगा. मेरा नहीं निकला था टिल द एज ऑफ 20 और मोर देन दैट इन, बिकॉज I used to sit at that bench. So definitely, as I told initially that I had a stage fear. आज मैं सामने लाइव बात कर रहा हूँ, but I had a stage fear. मुझे वाइस प्रिंसिपल के ऑफिस जाने के लिए भी डर लगता था. So I never went to the principal's office. It was after when I joined. So I am here at the principal's office. So you should speak it. आप बात करोगे, आप डिस्कशन करोगे, आपके माइंड के डाउट्स देर होंगे. And that would give you a right pathway, what I believe.
And sir, आप on basis starting में जब आप start कर रहे थे, आप एक दिन में कितना घंटे के लिए काम करते थे और आप कैसे पढ़ते थे?
आज भी 18 hours काम करता हूँ. It is not that कि आप 18 hours क्यों काम करते हो. See, initially क्या होता है कि we have to accept that work-life balance थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे हो जाता है. But once you are into your own pathways and everything, it gets settled timely. But you have to work hard for that. It all depends on कि आप कितने घंटे में आपका काम करते हो. If I am doing a 72 hours work in 16 hours, that is my achievement. So you should be punctual with respect to your time. If you respect time, you get everything. If you are if you have been told to reach somewhere at 8 o'clock, you should be at 7:45. That would give you a punctuality and that would give you a new idea, because जो 15 minutes का आपको span मिला है, that time you will think and that time will create your ideology also.
And last question, many students इस stage में या फिर starting से IIT की preparation शुरू करते हैं, coaching जाते हैं. So आपने sir without at that time if you ever even went to coaching and anything, आपने कैसे अपना study part किया?
See, I am not a topper. When my school results were off, my teachers are still here. Some are going to retire and some retired. I think Ratna ma'am retired yesterday only. So they know me that when the results were out, I was the second last person. into the list, and definitely see, if you believe in yourself that you can achieve something, you have your own pathway. You go to IIT, it is your caliber. I was not an IIT student. I know how much I got in maths, so I am not an IIT student, but yes, I had something to prove myself, and that made my life and what then.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good morning, sir. So you told about this process of pyrolysis from which you make oil. So, sir, once you have made this, how long does it take to become this process of pyrolysis?
The pyrolysis process has a different timeline with a different plastic. If we use the XLPs, we get the process for approximately 22 hours. If we use PP, LDP, we reduce the timeline for 18 hours. It depends on what type of plastic you are using. Like if you have a thin plastic like PP, LDP, that will reduce your timeline for almost 6 to 7 hours.
And so you also said that you could not process the PVC and make fuel out of it. Sir, why is it?
The word itself, because it has a polyvinyl chloride. So chlorine, you cannot do pyrolysis with chlorine because it will create a harmful gases out of it. So that would be dangerous.
And so what, in which year did you finally realize that this could be made, this fuel could be made through plastic?
It has a research of almost more than 5 years. And that's the reason I told you that when we speak about research and development, the research matters a lot. If you give up with your research, then it's no way. So you have to work hard with respect to this.
And so after doing this process of pyrolysis, how much time does it take for the actual fuel to be made?
That's for 22 hours.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, I would like to ask what is the one major goal you would like to achieve in the future?
My actually major goal is to bring environmental security policies should be considered as a national security policies throughout the world. Basically, that is my aim. This aim actually began when I was in 9th standard in this school only. I went to BNHS, Bombay Natural History Society, and many of you might not be knowing this, that this place, if you go to Kulaba, you will see that they have preserved the bird and the transition of birds from 1880 or before that till today. So that made me, and when we went to the CEC center in Borivali under the National Park, so there I saw that how they conserve the basically nature. So that actually led me, and when I was 13 years old, I was the youngest member of BNHS, and that led me to environmental security, and today I am still a member of BNHS, being a governing council also and an active member in BNHS. So I am thankful to that place when I visited in 9th standard that led me today what I am today.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Actually, from where do you source your waste? And would you like to mention any cleanliness organizations that you want to or you have collaborated with?
We have not collaborated with any organizations for procuring waste, specifically like NGOs or anything, because we have targeted a mixed industrial waste plastic that itself is a huge, approximately 200 million tons of plastic waste is just an industrial plastic. So we are targeting that. We are not basically connecting with any NGOs or something for procuring the virgin plastics, because that won't be like completing our aims, we can say.
Thank you, sir.
So here we have, I think, done with the questions round, and thank you, Swapnil sir, for making it more interactive kind of thing. And that was the plan that we had discussed. Okay, we will make this presentation as brief as possible, but more we will be focusing on questions and the queries of these children. And it actually gives us a lot of joy, happiness when these young minds interact with the minds that were cultivated there in these classrooms. And I hope with an interaction that you had with the guest of today's function, you must have had renewed faith in you, that confidence in you, that something within the classroom. This is not you are standing, anywhere you are receiving any class or message out of the classroom. You are getting all the information right in the classroom. So whether you are the first bencher, middle benchers, or maybe the last bencher, the communication and the teaching is for all, isn't it? And sir, though is kind enough to mention that though he was last bencher, he could make it, this success. Therefore, I always have that faith. Any child, once awakened, the success can of course be achieved. This success has been achieved by Swapnil Gavkar sir. A big round of applause. Here we are about to conclude the program, and before this, I request our principal sir to present a memento, and which is again made by one of our students. The student is not, of course, present now in this hall, but may I request the principal sir to kindly present a memento to the guest of today's function. And it would be very kind of you, sir, if you can unwrap this. Sure. This kind of beautiful creations are made by our children. This beautiful painting of nature. Sustainable development is very much needed. Thank you, Swapnil sir, for being here with us. We understand that you are about to fly to Italy for another work and presentation shortly.
I have something actually for the school that would remember what our company do. This is basically a watch which is made from coconut waste, and again it's a mixed plastic also into this, and so this watch was developed by our company.
A return gift our school has received from the alumnus of this very place, and the school will have the remembrance.
One from Yellow House. One from
Yellow House, yes.
Anybody? Girls. Here, this girl.
But come first.
Only one representation of
Once.
That will be.
So our school receives this beautiful gift. Yeah, thank you all. Now I request Ashwini madam to kindly come forward to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. A very pleasant morning to one and all. It is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Atomic Energy Center School number 2 Mumbai at the conclusion of today's Gyan Samvardhan Programme. First and foremost, I express my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished speaker, Shri Swapnil D Gavkar sir, for your delivering such an enlightening and thought-provoking session on transforming tomorrow, science, security, and future of plastic waste. Your valuable insights into scientific innovation, environmental sustainability, and responsible waste management have inspired all of us to think beyond conventional solutions and work towards a cleaner and greener future. I extend my sincere gratitude to our respected Chairman LMC Mumbai, Dr. P.A. Hassan sir, for his gracious present and constant encouragement towards academic excellence and innovation. Our heartfelt thanks to Chairman AES Shri Sunil Ganju sir, Secretary AES Dr. Lalit Mohan Pant sir, Head Academic Unit Dr. Kamlesh Kumar sir, and Deputy Head Academic Unit Dr. Tarun Kuch sir for their visionary leadership and unwavering support in promoting meaningful educational programs like Gyan Samvardhan. I would also like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the respected principals of Atomic Energy Center schools and junior college across India for encouraging their students and facilitating their participation in this Gyan Samvardhan program. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to our respected principal, Shri Prasad Gokhale sir, for his guidance and encouragement in organizing this enriching program, and to our respected vice principal, Shri Kapil sir, for his constant support and meticulous coordination. I also thank to Srimati Sonia Kapoor ma'am, headmistress, for her constant support. A special word of appreciation goes to all the students from various AECS schools and junior college across India who participated in today's program, both present and online. My heartfelt thanks to all the teachers, staff members and organizing committee whose dedicated efforts ensure the smooth and successful conduct of today's program. Finally, I thank all the students for your enthusiastic participation and attentive presence. I hope today's session motivates each one of you to become responsible citizens who contribute towards scientific progress and environmental conservation. With gratitude to everyone who made this program a grand success, I conclude my vote of thanks. Thank you, one and all. Jai Hind.